I'll save that silicone mat. Perfect.
Hi, Jason.
Hello. Hello from Northampton.
Right, you're done.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to be a lazy cameraman, are you? I never sit down when I'm filming you. So turn the camera on. Oh, is the screen? Yeah, there you go. So now press the record button. It's the little red one. And
recording.
Are you all set?
Yeah.
Okay. So now when I'm filming or when I'm doing stuff, focus on the hand. Don't do the whole frame.
Okay. So there's no zooming in.
So yes, you can zoom in using this.
Right.
So this ring here.
Right. So that back one there.
And to focus, just tap where you want to focus on the screen. So basically tap on the bowl or my hands.
Right, okay.
Hi, so I'm giving Dad a little bit of a tutorial on how to film. So he's now filming me to see if we can get a YouTube video of me making something rather than it all be Dad. So bear with. Although everything should run smoothly because you've used the camera before, and last time you took photos, it was actually pretty good. The cheesecake
Why
ones.
are you using a little tripod?
Oh, because it doesn't. You need to have it in your hands rather than set down.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Right. Bakewell Tart. So we originally made this with a normal base where it's like the cheesecake style base, so it's ground nuts and seeds with a bit of butter. Whereas this one from Creative Bakes is using base 2, which is marzipan. So this is a creation from Michelle, and it really, really works. The marzipan's very, very stable. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Ella is going to be a matron for what?
I think you're just telling me what to do.
Okay, so it won't come as a surprise that this recipe will use a lot of ground almonds. So to start with, I'm going to blitz down a packet of. We couldn't find any ground almonds, so we've got blanched whole almonds. You're not going to be able to use that tripod.
Okay, I'm just intrigued as to why we even bought it then.
So that I can do small time lapses of things. Right. But you need to be able to carry that. All right. Okay, so first of all, the base requires 150 grams of ground almonds, and the frangipan requires another 100. So I'm just going to blitz down 250 grams. Do you reckon I'll be able to do this all in one go? Or should I split it?
No, it'll be fine. The bowl's big enough for that.
There we go. So these are blanched almonds. So they've had the skins removed. If you have the skins on, it can taste a bit meh. We're not a fan. It's like hazelnuts as well. You're always best roasting them and then getting rid of the skins, or just buying them roasted or blanched. Are you zoomed in?
No.
You need to zoom in.
Oh, too late now.
Okay, so hi Sue. So it's almost done, but there are some lumps still on top. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a stir, and then we can blitz it one more time. You're probably not going to get it as fine as you would be able to buy ground almonds in the store, but especially for a base, it's not that big of a deal. Hi Dawn. How is everyone? Soosters can't get the staff. Okay, Wasn't in mine either, but here we are. All right, that's much better. So that's quite fine. There's a few different size lumps in there, but the majority of it is quite smooth. Actually, I'm just going to give it one more blitz to get rid of some of the bits right at the bottom. Dawn is melting. We're all right, actually. The house is pretty cool indoors, but outside it's roasting. All right, there we go. Okay, so almond flour or ground almonds is made. So now it's just whack it in the bowl along with the other base ingredients. So I need 150 grams of these. Here we are. And then sweetener wise, we're using 20 grams of Truvia. There you go. Can you focus on that?
Oh, camera just went blank for a second.
It's got a light sensor.
Right. Okay.
If you went to look through the little screen at the top, it'll blank the screen so you don't touch it with your nose. So I'm using Truvia. Truvia, Natvia, or Purevia are the ones that we use in our recipes. They're stevia and erythritol blends. They're very sweet, so you only need a small amount. So it's 20 grams in this whole base. You can reduce it if you want, but our jam that we've made doesn't have any sweetener in, so we don't need to worry about that. 20 grams. 1 medium egg yolk. I've already separated that out. And that goes. Almond essence. This must be years old now.
Mm-hmm.
Almond essence. Half a teaspoon. Or 2 grams. I never use spoons, so you just weigh it. Same thing. And then lastly is 30 mils of water.
I should have the mouse.
Just check that everything's still in focus.
Everything's in focus, apart from you put the jug in front of everything.
All right, and literally it's just mix everything together. I'm using a spoon. You can use a spatula if you want. And it will start to form. I mean, it smells great already. As the recipe says, beat it together until it forms a dough ball. So can you see how it's starting to clump together? So I'm going to use my hand just to squish that together. Sharon asked, can you make these as little individual tarts using a muffin tin? Yes. So the recipe I've linked in the description of the video is actually, Michelle made these as little muffins. So you can make 12 or 24 mini ones. I'm baking it in a tray so I can use the Ninja Grill. And it'll bake quite quickly. So I'm just going to wet my hands because that always helps when handling things like this. Don't want to do that. So the marzipan is a little bit more textured than if you were using shop-bought ground almonds, but it's still holding together. There we go. So now what we're going to do is roll it out between some greaseproof and then get it in the tin. So bear with me. Both dogs are crashed out.
She's had a little play with the shoe and now she's flipped out.
Right, let's move that out of the way. Now, I don't think we'll need to use all of this marzipan for the base. So we might have some left over, which you can bake into little cookies if you want. Or we'll just have a really thick marzipan. I'll see what it looks
I like
like.
the idea of cookies.
Cookies?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that can go for now. Rolling pin. So it says you may need to use a sheet on top, and you can also add some more ground almonds to the dough, to the dough / work surface if it's quite sticky. Can you use silicone baking trays in the grill? Yes, you can. Fun fact: I never used to like marzipan. In fact, I absolutely hated it. But I think when we started keto and we started using more ground almonds in baking, even though I couldn't taste them, I think over time I grew to like the taste of almonds. And then when we tried marzipan again, I was like, oh, I actually quite like this. I prefer chocolate, but I wouldn't say no to a Bakewell Tart. There we are. Do you reckon I should just transfer that into there? Because I've got an extra sheet, but there's no point. It'll be a bit crinkled on the sides, but no one cares. So I'm just going to press it down into shape. And what I'll do is I'll trim around these edges because the grill will lift the paper up otherwise. So I'm going to do similar method to the short crust pastry. I'm going to trim and then patchwork back together.
Very smart.
So when me and Michelle made this, we made this in like a 7 or 8 inch circular tin, so you could fit the marzipan all the way up the sides.
Yeah.
So, but with this one, I'm going to keep it as a like base one, where it's just a base rather than a crust. So that camera will probably be able to see more than the webcam, but you can see the almond pieces, you know, in it. So it's not like a fine flour. So it'll be interesting to see how this holds up. It's doing all right. It's definitely a bit more fragile than the usual marzipan. Yeah, there's not going to be enough spare for cookies.
I'm quite happy with extra thick base.
This is mainly for Dad, if you haven't guessed.
I will get 2 portions out of it.
You will get 2. Yeah, warning now, this is calorie dense. It's butter, almonds and eggs in that order all the time. No, but wait until frangipan.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're done, but I'm going to add a little bit more in that corner. And you can use your hands if you want, but the spoon just kind of helps squish this down a bit better. The good stuff, yes, Sue. Okay, so that's that done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to preheat the Ninja grill. So the book says 180, but as always with the Ninja grill, I'm going to reduce the temperature by 20 degrees. So the Ninja's going on at 160. It'll preheat in a couple of minutes, and then this will go in for about 10 minutes. The book says 10 to 15 until slightly golden. This won't take longer than 10. So we'll preheat that. Then we can trim the grease proof. So we'll go down to 10. There we go. Okay, so I realise that you can't really see over on that camera, but hopefully when I do this, you'll be able to see it better. My nana always used to bring us Marzipan Potatoes.
Never heard of them.
What are they?
Sounds quite random, isn't it?
Then again, one of the recipes in Creative Bakes that uses marzipan, I think that was inspired by a German recipe.
Is that the bean stitch?
The Beth Mansion.
Oh, Beth Mansion, yeah.
Yeah, the bean and stitch or bean and stitch is Also a German recipe, I think, but it's not marzipan. There we go. Yeah, so actually it's similar to the Best Mansion. It's just little, basically little marzipan dough balls, aren't they?
Oh, right. I get it now. Get it, yeah.
Okay, there we go. So I've trimmed the greaseproof right down, just to help the thing bake quite evenly in the grill. It has a tendency just to lift it up and then fold it over, and then you just get patches. So this should bake quite nicely. All right. I haven't actually looked at the frangipan. I got 2 eggs out, but we only need 1. Yeah, the frangipan is just more butter, more almonds, more sweetener, an egg, more almond extract, and flaked almonds on top.
Do you use the egg white anywhere?
No.
No, right. Okay.
I'll use it in an omelette or something.
Yeah.
So grill has just beeped at me, so it's preheated. So I'm going to whack that in. It'll take 10 minutes, maybe less. I've put the timer on 10 minutes, but it only goes in 5-minute intervals anyway. Still smells of chicken tikka.
Does it?
Yeah. I took obviously the grill part out, but
okay, yeah.
the base is still in there. Hi Gemma. Marzipan covered in coconut flakes.
Yeah, well, these are similar to what we used to have at IKEA. Remember those little marzipan balls?
Well, no, because I used to hate them.
I used to get them, didn't I?
Was that when they got like a trio?
Set. They were all marzipan.
But they weren't baked, were they? Were they soft?
Yeah, they were all soft.
Because me and Michelle weren't sure how it was going to bake, but it really, really works. It's really firm. Yeah, because like the Best Mansion, they're really, really crispy, aren't they? But they're not dry. They stay quite moist inside. Right. That can go. Right, okay, so frangipan. I'm going to use the same bowl because less washing up. Melt the butter in a mixing bowl and then add the ground almonds, sweetener, and almond extract. To be honest, the butter's probably half melted already. Yeah. Okay. We need 100 grams. Yeah, you can tell it's warm today. I'll tell you what though, it is a relief baking without that oven on behind us, because that is like a sauna. $103, close enough. Alright, I'm going to pop that back in the fridge so it doesn't melt anymore. Where's the, oh, I'll use that. In baking, yes, Jason, I use unsalted butter just because then you can control the amount of salt that goes in. Although if you're making like a...
buy is the stuff I put in my coffee.
Yeah, so, I mean, I use it for cooking as well.
Okay. I use it occasionally for frying, but...
Yeah. But yeah, in baking, unsalted, just because otherwise you don't know. Obviously, there's different amounts of salt in different brands. So it's just easier if it's all unsalted and then you can add it.
If you want salt.
Yeah, if you want. Like if you were doing brownies or something, you might add a bit of salt in. But I would, especially with the amount of butter we use in baking, I wouldn't use salted. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the microwave to melt and this in the fridge so it doesn't melt. Sure. Sorry? No. And probably won't take longer than 30 seconds. So I'm going to use up the rest of these ground almonds in the frangipan. I know Carrie has actually made this completely nut-free. She made a nut-free Bakewell Tart.
With, sunflower seeds?
Probably milled sunflower seeds because they're lighter, aren't they, than pumpkin. Right, let's see how the butter is. Yeah. It won't need another 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this to get rid of that last bit of butter. Okay, butter melted. Rest of the almonds. Yep. I thought I better check. So we've got all the finer almonds at the bottom now. More sweetener. Do you want me to use the full 20 or do you want less?
No, you can use the full 20 because, I say, the jam's completely unsweetened. So.
There we are. Almond extract, another half a teaspoon. Obviously, you can add this to taste. You can swap this for vanilla if you don't want it too heavy on the almond. I'm going to mix that together first before adding the egg. Wow, yeah, I'm actually following the recipe. I did that by instinct. But yeah, no, mix well and then add the egg. So, again, you can see that the almonds aren't as fine as they should be, but they're still coming together.
Doesn't bother me. Again, it's just texture, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. And actually, I think it would work better. I mean, you've got flaked almonds on top as well for a crunch. These are lovely farm eggs as well. So they're lovely and yellow yolks. So I don't know how much you can see, but I'm just going to mix the egg in now. You see how that's come together now? So the eggs and the almonds are holding it together.
It's going to cook. I smell it.
Yeah, let's have a look at it. It's only been in for 6 minutes. So it's puffing up. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squish it back down. No, it's not. It's not ready.
Okay.
It's just puffing up in the middle a little bit. So I'm just going to push it back down. It's only just starting to go golden on the very corners. But it won't take much longer. There you go. Another 3 minutes and it'll be done. Okay. That's frangipan done. So the last bit, and I don't actually need to do this because we've already made it, is the jam. What berries are these? Blackcurrants. So mixed berries of your choice, 100 grams with 10 grams of sweetener and 10 grams of chia seeds. We've not got any sweetener or chia seeds in this. We've just kind of mushed it down. Yeah. I'll get a fork.
It's quite thick already.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't need the chia.
It's sort of the very watery berries. You might need to thicken it up with some chia seeds.
Yeah. So if you were making this jam for the, I mean, we normally have a pot of jam in the fridge anyway, which we'd use for this. But if you were making this jam for the recipe, just add the berries, sweetener, and chia seeds to a saucepan, mix and cook over a medium heat for 10 to 15 minutes, and then for a smoother jam, allow it to cool slightly and blitz in a NutriBullet. Or if you want it just a little bit more textured, do what I'm doing and just mush it with a fork. Jason, do you refrigerate your eggs or just leave them out of room? Yeah, so normally, if we get them from the store or from the farmer's market and they're washed, we leave them at room temperature. But if we've recently been getting them from a local, local farm, and we wash them here ourselves. They're
called dirty eggs.
So they have to be kept at room in the fridge.
They sort of smell a little bit until you wash them.
Yeah. It's all about the membrane, isn't it, that you wash off?
I still don't know enough about that. I'm going to ask the farmer market guy on Saturday because they'll be there this Saturday.
Oh, nice. So you can get a few because I think we're on to our last. Is that our last?
We've got one more tray in the garage.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've picked the largest eggs to work with here because we normally buy large eggs from the supermarket. But we do get a mix of medium and large when we buy from the farm. So it's not always as accurate, but you can kind of guess, if you've got 3 small ones, you need 2 large. That's about the same. Okay, so the jam is mushed, but you still got some shape of the berries. This might not be enough to cover the full base, but Dad's perfectly happy just having frangipane and marzipan. So as you said, I'll push it to one side so I can get the photo of the nice marzipan base, and then the other side might just be beige on beige.
Oh, we haven't got any Nutella, have we? Could do half and half.
No, that is a good idea. What did That's the Nutwell Tart that Chris made, isn't it? But he didn't do the marzipan base.
Yeah, no, but you can still do it.
You could even make an almond, or you could mix almond butter with melted chocolate, and then that's like almond on almond on almonds. I'm just checking it's ready. Yeah, do you know that's good enough? Thank you. It smells great. Okay. So there's the base.
Oh yeah.
So it's just started to go golden around the sides, but it's not overly crispy, because obviously it's going back in the oven now with everything on top of it. So what does it say? Bake at 180 for 30 minutes. So I've put the grill back on 160, and it's on a timer of 25 minutes once it's preheated again. So first is the jam. That's all right. Calm down. Right, calm down. You're about using every last scrap.
Get it out. What are you going to do with it? It's going to end up in the bin otherwise, or down the drain.
No, you're going to eat it. Just wanted a fork so I can mush it down again whilst I'm spreading it around.
It's loads of jam there.
Yeah, it's because you can't tell until you start adding it to the base how thin you can go. And obviously it also depends on how thick you want the jam anyway.
Yeah.
I think you just like the hint of fruitiness, don't you, rather than
it's again, the jam is sort of like the final bit, really, isn't it? There you go. Perfect. Now once you scrape out the tub.
You know what I'm like though? I need it all even.
There you go. Cooper's awake.
Hello, Michelle. Oh, wow, you're actually commenting on your personal profile. How did you manage that?
She has no idea.
She won't be able to get back on the page for her live now, won't she? Wait until we show her StreamYard and then she'll be properly bamboozled. So, Michelle, Dad is currently filming me for the YouTube channel. So we'll see how this looks. I'm going to review it before I send it to Louis or Michael.
To start with, or are we just looking through this lens?
Well, as long as you've kept it in focus and there's still a timer going on saying recording.
I can't see the timer.
You guys forgot you're not wearing your glasses. You really do need your glasses back. What's the difference between the Ninja Foodie and the Ninja oven? I'm assuming you mean grill. We have the Foodie and the grill. The oven is another thing that's only available in the US right now. The difference mainly is the grill's rectangle and the Foodie's circular. Usually because we can bake further, the Foodie's like deeper and the grill's like shallow. So we'd reduce the temperature by 20 in the grill, but 10 by the Foodie because you can put it lower down, further away from the heat.
Imagine the grill as more of a barbecue style.
Yeah, and the Foodie more of like a stew.
Of a stewing, and so anything liquid works really well in the Ninja Foodie.
So I don't really can see, but that's kind of thickened up nicely now. So that's going to go on top of the jam. Plenty of frangipane with this. There we go. So I'm just going to gently spread this out. You want to be careful, obviously you don't want it to mix with the jam. Though it's doing a pretty good job at spreading out on its own. I reckon this is going to have a lovely texture with these homemade ground almonds. When I said that to Louis, he was like, what, did you grow the almonds yourself? I was like, no. So, well, it's not homemade then. Okay, that'll do. So, last touch is flaked almonds. So, the book says 15 grams. I'm just going to do a couple of pinches. So, following on from our talk about the chocolate filling, if you were doing a chocolate filling, what would be nice on top would be cacao nibs.
Or the coconut shavings.
Coconut shavings, yeah, nice idea. So now what we need to do is we need to make 5 different Bakewell tarts, all with different fillings, for the pure reason that scientific research.
It's fine by me.
It's a hard life, this job, isn't it? Right, that'll do.
Ooh. Move this recording has been stopped automatically. Maximum time recording. All right.
So just click record again.
Okay.
You've reached 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. So that's going to go back in the oven. The book says 30 minutes at 180 degrees. In the grill, probably 20-25 minutes at 160. But obviously, I'll just keep an eye on it after about 20 minutes just to make sure it's not going overdone. But you don't want it nice and golden on top, and the almonds will go nice and toasty. So.
Is it okay that I focused on guacamole behind you and not you?
The avocados are the star of the show. Can they see that?
Yes, they can see that.
Okay, let's go back in the oven. And then I think it's time to end the video because I'm not going to be Michelle and stand here for 20 minutes chatting. So, what does Dawn say?
Dawn said, waiting patiently for my Instapot to die. It's all your fault.
We claim no responsibility. So I'm going to move that timer to 20 minutes. And then after that, I'll just keep an eye on it. It might need another 5 before it's properly finished. But there we go.
I'm done.
That's the method. And then it's just wait for it to cool.
Cool and slice up.
Slice up, freeze, and then eat from frozen if you're dad.
Yes. Yes.
So there we go. Thanks for watching.
And get at least 4 portions out of it.
And what is it? Base 2, 12 slices, 2.1 grams of carbs per slice.
Yeah. Okay.
Decent. I'll post photos of this on Facebook and Instagram. So if you're not already following us on there, then please do. And we'll see you in the next live, which will be, what day is it? It's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
So our next live will be Friday.
Is it Michelle tomorrow?
Yeah, Michelle's tomorrow on Facebook.
So what's she doing?
No, it's gone.
No.
It's clearly not that important. Last week was Nettles. Next week is Keto Bix. Can't remember this week. Yeah, I think we've got a Q&A this Friday, and then we're cooking again on Saturday. So there's that.
All right.
We'll see you all later.
Bye.
Now I can't find the mouse. There you go. See you later.